Hello everybody, this is quixQuery here, and today we are on the Creedcraft server playing Feed the Beast Beyond. This is a brand new mod pack by the people who, by the people at Feed the Beast. Yeah, super cool. I am really looking forward to playing this. It has the new thermal expansion, thermal foundation set. It has a bunch of other stuff like that. It just is a lot of it's a fresh start, and there's so much to do with it. And so we are anyway, we're right here, ready to get started. And I have already been gathering up a little stuff, harvesting berries from these bushes over here. They're Natura bushes. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. Harvested the wheat field over there, got some wood and stuff, and so we are all ready to get started. I've looked through a lot of the different stuff in I've, briefly glanced through the list of stuff right there, and there's some really cool stuff, including Woot, which is a mod that I am considering putting in my mod pack, as well as a bunch of different stuff like that. And so, anyway, we are here, we're ready to get started, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we have gotten started a little bit. We have some good infrastructure now. We got some other people online as well. I've gone for a mining expedition, so on and so forth. I thought originally I was going to start with actual additions, and we have some stuff over there set up so that I could. However, I decided that we would try something new because new is more fun and more interesting, and so we went with the thermal expansion stuff. And so we are using thermal expansion to get started. That's what's producing our power, all of that, etc., etc. And so, honestly, thermal expansion was 1,000 times easier, 1,000 times better than the alternative would have been. So I am super happy that we did that. On top of these, for our what's it called? For our power generation, we have solar panels, solar panel 2s. And if we look at solar, okay. So these are the solar panel 2s, that's what we have. And those are just solar panel 1s around a piston. Piston recipe is the same as it always has been. Solar panel 1s are mirrors with a bit of redstone, and so that's just glass over, mirrors are just glass over some iron, right? And so this is actually quite a bit of power. Production, that's 5 of these, which is, 40 RF per tick, which actually, now that I hear that, it is like next to nothing. Yeah, that is, wow, okay. But anyway, we have made out the back here an alloy smelter from Ender.io to get ourselves some conductive iron, because if we look at thermal expansion, it does not have, at least in this version, it doesn't have any cables or anything. Thermal expansion, thermal foundation, anything like that. Oh my goodness, the crescent hammer is back! No way! No way! The crescent hammer is back! Okay, I'm gonna make one of those right now, just because that is like an essential part of anything and everything. So let's get a piece of tin out. Tin in the middle. Crescent hammer. The crescent hammer is back. Oh yes. The server has been lagging a little bit, though it will probably be fixed when it restarts automatically in sometime within the next day. And so I'm not worried too much about that, especially since everyone's just started. I don't think that the lag is due to any of us doing anything weird. And so we just have some public stuff. I went on a mining expedition and got all of this, along with some other stuff that I've already used. Got some dust and all that stuff. And I'll go over what each of these machines does. Actually, you know what? Let's do that right now. We have our redstone furnace right here. And it has a special upgrade on it, and we'll look at that in a little bit. But it's just essentially a way of smelting things into, yeah, with redstone. It's the thermal foundation smelter that uses RF. This is the pulverizer, the second machine I got, and the pulverizer is just crushes things. And so if we look at, say, iron ore, for example, if we look at the uses for it, the pulverizer is one of the first ways of uses. Okay. The pulverizer. Where are you, pulverizer? Yeah, there we go. Anyway, you can see that it pulverizes ores into their counterpart with a chance for a secondary thing. And there are ways of getting some other stuff as well, and so that is the secondary outputs are also a thing. Over here is our third machine. This is the sawmill. It makes it so that we get 6 planks per log instead of just 4. It is super nice because I don't like chopping down wood all that often. And over here we got our next machine, and this is just an induction smelter. It's like the thermal expansion version of the alloy smelter from Ender.io. Except for it can only smelt alloys. And it's better for reasons we will go over later. Hey, Avnior. And so, as you can see, everyone's using stuff right now, which is awesome, actually. That's kind of why I made this. But if we mine into the thing right here, you can see we have our energy cell right here. And the energy cell was another one of the things we got earlier on. And energy cell. Aha. Okay. So you'll notice that there's only one type of energy cell here, rather than the multiple different types like there were in a lot of the previous versions. And we'll go over again why that is in a little bit. But for the moment, we just look at the recipe. It's a redstone conductance coil, that's electrum, okay, pretty simple, and then the inside here is just a lead gear, some iron, and some glass. So, yeah, pretty cheap to do that, but this is a special one. You can see it in parentheses after it, it says it's hardened, and in addition to that one being hardened, this one, the redstone furnace, and the pulverizer are also hardened as well. And so, and right here, this one's just a basic machine, and this one's just a basic machine as well. And so, if we look in our inventory, we have an upgrade right here, a hardened upgrade kit, and this thing's recipe is just Invar and a bronze gear and some redstone. Some alloys of sorts, but it's okay, like, they're not really that big of a deal. And so, if we right-click on something, you can see that in chat it says block successfully upgraded, and now it has additional room for RF and will go faster. And I think it... Yeah, anyway, the whole deal, it also has room for an augmentation, which there are a bunch of different types of augmentations inside the thermal expansion mod. And if we look at thermal... expansion. Anyway, at thermal expansion, you can see that these are the augmentations right here, and we got a bunch of different ones. And I'm not entirely sure what all of them do, but you can push Shift next to them. And for example, in this one, augment pyro concentrator, and it's a specialization, meaning it increases yields from ores. Additional energy is required per operation, and fluid pyrotheum must be supplied. So, if we actually look at the uses for this, this is their way of being able to produce the 4 ingots per ore. plus an additional chance, and if we use Cinnabar, for example, or some other things, then we have a chance of other stuff. But Cinnabar is actually looks like it's the best one because we have a 100% chance of the secondary output that we would have otherwise. And so, anyway, whatever the case may be, this is essentially like their top tier ore production thing. It's a little simpler, but a little more complex, depending on how you look at it. Because if we look at the thing right here, it requires blazing pyrotheum as well as a secondary thing right here in order to, and again, this is an induction smelter, like what we have right in front of us, in order for it to produce anything. And so the Cinnabar is the best stuff there, but the really big requirement that you'd need is the blazing pyrotheum. Now, blazing pyrotheum is pyrotheum dust in a magma crucible, and pyrotheum dust is sulfur, coal, redstone, and blaze powder. And so if you want to continuously be able to process ores, you need to have a reliable supply of blaze powder, sulfur, coal dust, and redstone in order to do all of that. And so that is actually quite the tricky thing. And so, you'll have a bunch of machines, but you're kind of left to your own devices on how you produce those, rather than Mechanism just being like, you have to do this specific set of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, Mechanism is still my favorite ore processing mod ever. For good reasons too, but this is definitely coming in a close second, and it is probably one of my more favorite mods because it is kind of a bread and butter for tech modded at all. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. We didn't have any cables for any of. Thermal expansion does not provide cables in its current version, and so we are going to have to use the Ender IO cables, and so the conduits. So if we look at conduit, right here we just need the conduit binder, which is some gravel, a couple bits of sand, and some clay. We don't have gravel in there. Oh well. Well, I guess it's time to go take a break and be back momentarily when I have gathered some resources. So we don't actually need that much binder composite, so we can just make a small batch for right now, and yeah, there we go. Smelting up, so on and so forth. We get 2 per thing, and we only need 6 at the moment. Okay, awesome. Now, under ingots, we have our 3 conductive iron right there. Oh, Avnior tried to swim in lava. That's not good. Oh boy. That is definitely not fun. But now we have a couple energy conduits. And so we can start getting a little area set up where we can put these a little more than just temporarily. Oh, middle of the lava lake in the nether. Yep. This right here actually is a cache. It's a basic cache actually, and you can upgrade them with the same upgrades actually that you can upgrade the machines. And so it actually functions quite a bit like the storage drawers, as if you had one storage drawer, except for it holds a whole ton more. The basic cache, which is what we have right now, unupgraded or anything like that, if we look up cache, it holds 20,000 items. And it only costs 310, a piece of iron, 4 redstone, and a chest. Like, that's no big deal at all for 20,000 storage space, my goodness. And so that is super awesome. And so right now we're just storing all of our cobble inside that right there. But my thought for around spawn right here, at least temporarily, is that we have a little bit of a hill or something that we put our machines in, and so we can see all of the machines and stuff, and on top we'll have the solar panels, and in the side of the hill we'll be able to like interact with all the machines and stuff like that. And so we want to get work on that right now. I think, I'm not sure actually, at Quark, are there any interesting blocks in Quark that I might consider using? I don't know. Oh, the thatch. The thatch. We could totally use thatch to provide like a roof of sorts. Oh, but we have solar panels. Or we could build it into like... Decisions to make, decisions to make. Okay, so I think I've made my decision, but Kylo is kind of sneaking around the corner, I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, I think that we're just going to build this inside... Lag. Okay, there we go. Inside a hill somewhere around here. And if not inside a hill around here, then we will create a little artificial hill. I think we're actually going to do that. Create a little artificial hill. And so I'm going to mine up some dirt to be able to create this. And I will be back momentarily. Okay, so here we are. We have dirt. We have some other stuff. Avnior died of dysentery. Oh my goodness, that was brilliant. Oh wow. Okay, so we're going to take up our machines right here real quick. Actually, hold up. We have a crescent hammer. We don't need to do any of that junk. My goodness. Okay, we can just take up all our machines like that and not even worry about the spits drink out laughing. Oh boy. Okay, good times. Good times. The solar panels do stack, but the problem is that they are holding different amounts of power, and because of that, they'll be in different stacks until they're all at the same exact amount of power. And so we have why don't we just use this area right here for the moment? And we need our furnace, our induction smelter, our pulverizer, our sawmill, and let's leave a gap and then put that right there, because I still want to make a charging station for all of this, but okay. So now we have this right here, and we need to configure that bad boy right there, because he's the odd one out. Quit being odd. We just want electricity to go through there. Okay. 3, 4. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa, whoa, lag? Okay, there we go. Awesome. And now we want our, yes, there we go, awesome. And so that is outputting from all the sides except for the top, which is where I will attach the solar panels to it. And so, actually, hold up a second, why don't we put that guy right here, and then put the solar panels on top there. Aha! Okay, so there we go. Now that should be getting all of the power and outputting it into all of these machines. And so all of these machines, I believe, are full, and we have our the one probe down in the bottom left. Alloy smelter full, 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 and this guy right here should be gaining power. 1.7 Murph. Oh wow, that is actually more than I imagined. And yes, it is gaining, yes, we are gaining power. Okay, that is exactly what I wanted to see. And so now, actually, hold up a second. I have an idea here. If we take up all these again, and you can see, yes, 2 of them did stack, a couple different times. Put that right there, and then put that right there. Lag, 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 lag. Why is the lag so bad? Okay, then we can put dirt on top of here. The solar panels will stick out a bit, but we'll still kind of have a grip on how things are going. And so, and again, this is just a little temporary setup right here. It's not supposed to look good. It's not going to look very good, but it will get the job done, and it'll look better than just all the machines scattered completely and totally everywhere. At least that's the idea, anyway. And so, and so now we just want to finish this up a little bit and give it a smooth round back right there. And and there we go. We have a little area for our machines that looks a little bit better, hopefully, than just like machines scattered everywhere. It should be easily expandable. Just add some extra cables and all that stuff, and yeah, everything should be going good. But anyway, that is all the time I have for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one, where we are going to continue to play Feed the Beast Beyond, get into some other mods besides just thermal expansion, because even though thermal expansion is one of the best things ever, that's pretty much all we've done so far. But that's okay, because we will do all of that soon. And so, yeah, no, that's not happening. That is not happening. We are getting rid of that right now until I actually have a proper solution for all of this, and it's not just a hill of dirt. Okay, anyway, I will see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye. There we go. Now I can wave.